Hello friends, I am here to explain CBSE 12th grade chapter 2 from the book Flamingo, Prose, Lost Spring. Lost Spring by Anees Jung. The story Lost Spring depicts the grinding poverty and the pitiable plight of the poor children who are condemned to exploitation all their lives. This story is deeply empathetic and captures the essence of the people and places. About the author, Anees Jung was born on 15th December 1944 in Rourkela and brought up in Hyderabad. Author, journalist, and columnist for newspapers in India and abroad. Unveiling India, written in 1987, one of the most popular works, was a chronicle of the lives of Muslim women in India. Her parents were both writers. The story. Anees Jung's writing style is simple and straightforward, yet powerful. She uses simple language to convey complex ideas and emotions. The story relates the life of two boys named Sahib and Mukesh, both suffering the poverty-stricken life of a child, but in different circumstances. Sahib-e-Alam, which means the Lord of the universe, is a pun here because he is a poor rag picker and he is no lord, rather the God's own child. The family shifted from Dhaka to Simapuri, Delhi, long ago in search of livelihood. He goes around barefoot, picking garbage and trying to find something worthwhile so that they can procure a meal to survive. He is happy to find a single coin, or if he gets lucky on a particular day, it could be a 10-rupee note too. They are living hand-to-mouth lives with no other alternate. The author, carelessly and without much thought, asks Sahib as to why he doesn't attend school, to which he answers casually that he will go once there is a school nearby. All the children are growing up in such dire circumstances, and they know no other way of living. They roam the heaps of garbage, oblivious of the pain that is both mental, physical, and is inflicted upon them by birth. They are born in such poor circumstances that all they can think of is to be able to earn their next meal. The author relates a story of a Brahmin boy in Udupi whose father was a priest in a temple. The boy every day would stop at the temple and pray for a pair of shoes. Some 30 years later, she visits the house of that boy, and now he has a house, some plastic chairs, and a son who goes to school wearing shoes. Garbage is not just a dirt heap, but gold for them. They find their daily bread, a roof over their heads, even if it's a leaking one, but for a child it's much more. One winter morning, the author sees Sahib watching a game of tennis. Two young men dressed in impeccable white clothes and shoes, things he will never be able to do or wear. Children are deprived of their basic rights of clothing, health, food, education, and a life. Finally, she meets Sahib with a milk can and on asking the author, gets to know he has begun working in a tea stall where he is paid rupees 800 and all the meals. Sahib is a victim of child labor and no longer his own master. On the other hand, the other young boy, Mukesh, lives with his parents in the town of Firozabad, famous for its bangles. Every family is into making of bangles. Mukesh and some 20,000 children work in hot furnaces without light. The writer feels that Mukesh has determination and speaks about becoming a car mechanic. Rather, he dreams about becoming a car mechanic. He has seen cars shuttling down the road in Firozabad. He dreams and wishes to learn to drive a car, and that is the reason he wants to become a mechanic. Mukesh is happy and even volunteers to show his half-built shack. The children are absorbed in the poverty-stricken rut of life, but Mukesh dares to dream and seems determined to change his life for the better. He is even willing to walk to the garage and work hard for a better future and life. He realizes the reality fairly well because, on asking if he would learn to fly a plane, he refuses and feels embarrassed. He's grounded and aware. Critical analysis. The writer Anees Jung has a keen eye for the ongoings in the lives of the poverty stricken and the exploitation they go through all their lives. Spring personifies an awakening or a beautiful beginning of a new life, but the word lost signifies that it's not the way it should or deserves to be. The little children have lost their innocence very early in life. No one really cares for their mental, physical, or emotional growth. Sadly, they are exploited at many levels and there is no rule to take care of it. Anees Jung's writing style is simple and straightforward, yet powerful. She uses very simple language to convey complex ideas and emotions. Quotes. Childhood, after all, is the first precious coin that poverty steals from a child. By Anthony Horowitz. One of the most powerful forces on earth is the prayer of a child. Wes Stafford. Poverty is not being without money, but being without hope. Unknown. As long as poverty, injustice, and gross inequality exist in our world, none of us can truly rest. By Nelson Mandela. Points to ponder. Poverty or penury is a state of not having enough money to meet the basic needs of food, shelter, and clothing. Its manifestations include hunger and malnutrition, limited access to education, healthcare, and equal human rights. Each individual needs to work upon bridging the gap between the haves and the have-nots. Think of ways to empower the weaker sections of the society. Fostering economic growth, caste and gender discrimination should be abolished. Thank you for watching. If you liked listening to me, please like, share, and subscribe. And let me know if there's anything else you would want me to explain.